you see in front of you right now is the home screen of an organization. So an organization or a partner, sorry, a partner can be an organization in the sense of a supplier, a contractor, an NOC, a national federation, a sponsor that has one representative registering for many people. So what you see on the top of the screen here is some information that can actually be customized. So you can put any kind of information like registration is now open, the deadline is coming, watch out for our next commercial, etc. Those kind of things. You can even put a picture to it. So you can also put upload any JPEG onto this area that you see right here. Below it is a section which is downloadable documents, which is also actually part of that information area right here. So this information actually is very important so that we can provide information to the partners when they log in. I'm also going to show you how this area is being made from the back end. So I'm going to switch between the front end and the back end. Now, from the back end, this area is called the partners area. And if you go to groups, in the partners, you also can divide the partners into different groups. And for example, here I have different groups for every different NOC, because this is an example that we had used for the boxing task force registration. The current example that I'm using right here is actually in the group of NOC's world. And you can see that right here is where I actually put the information that I need to give. So for example, if I want to write anything extra, for example, if I say, please submit your photo by tomorrow. And when I save this and I reload this part, it will also show you that I have included that extra sentence. So here, the back office also allows you to upload documents. So for example, this technical instruction is actually a document which is uploaded and it's in a PDF. So you can upload any kind of files from the partner module itself. So I'm going to show you that we can put this part here and we can make it a link. So this is very flexible. You can also include a picture. You can put different variables and control the font size, etc. So that is this part here. Now the second part of the partner page is actually the reports page. The reports page right here is also customizable depending on the reports that you make at the back office. So you can actually choose what reports that you want to include here. So here I have chosen athletes report, logistics report. If I go to the back office, these are all controlled by this part here, which is the reports part. Now, if I remove a few of them and I'm just going to leave the Paris one and I save. If I refresh, it will only show the Paris report available for download, which is here. And this download, this report, how we created this report is by going into the reports and logs module. This is the same reporting tool that you see across all the different modules that you have seen for the past 3 days. And you can actually put in any kind of report. So let's say if I want to put in the test one report in the partner module, I simply go back to the NOC's world group that I created. I searched for test one, I edit here, and I save. These will then appear on the reports part. Then the third section of this partner module is the quotas. So here, these quotas show you how many people are registered in the different groups that have been defined in the back office. So if you define 3 different groups for the partner, which is athlete, extra, team official, and team official, then it will calculate how many people that you register here. So if you have a new participant to register, you just create a new participant, athlete, and once you select the group that you want to register this person in, you will come to this page with the different forms here. And these forms can be customized on the back office as well. And I'm gonna show you right now. It is all controllable using the design page layouts that I'm showing you here. And if I go to partner pages, it will show me that for an athlete, these are the different pages that I have created for an athlete to see. But if I go to team official, these are the different pages that a team official will be able to see. Why you see so many different pages here is because each page is conditional, meaning depending on how this person is going to be registered, or depending on a certain field that is connected to this person, this page will appear to him. So right now, the example is that this person is newly registered. So when this person is newly registered, he will see the personal details. And because this person is registering in the group of world, he will see this logistics world as well, because I've put a condition in this page to say that all new participants in the world group will look at this form. And this person will also see the sport, because the sport, we need to allow them to include into the form. So if I go here and I'm gonna put in my brother's name, the mobile number, blah, blah, blah. You can choose whatever you want to include into this form. You can decide whether to make it mandatory or not. Right now, I've decided not to make it mandatory, so I will just go to the next step. And once appearing in the next step, you will see that this, because it's an athlete, it means that the form of the athlete with the condition has appeared. So I can change, I can select the event gender, the event category, if there's a athlete background, and I can say that this is from Taekwondo, for example, and if he's a reserve or not. So I'm gonna say no. Then going into the next form, this is where we actually collect all the information of arrivals and departures for this particular athlete. So the arrival date, the arrival time, city origin, so we can put in any information that we need in the logistics page. So I decided when I created this page to combine travel and accommodation together. You can decide to separate travel and accommodation in 2 different pages. So I can say that I'm gonna stay in Ibis with a wish room type of a single room, and I'm a vegetarian, for example. Now all these fields is up to you to define. And I go to the next step, and the next step brings me to the last form which I have defined for each participant, and for the participant of athletes per se, is that they have to upload all of these documents in order for them to be fully registered. However, I've made it not mandatory, so I don't need to actually upload it now. They can come back and put it in again. So I'm gonna save and confirm, and I'm gonna now see this person in the front page. Okay, so if I look and I find for Ian Tay, there you go. This is the person that I just registered. Now this live filter that you see here also works like it works at the back office, which is as long as you type it, it will appear. This table that you see on the bottom of the partner page is also fully customizable. So for this particular event, I decided to show the registration number, full name, function, role, gender. But for example, if I want to take out the registration number, now you have to remember that the reporting tool in this system is the most powerful. So actually what you see right here is actually a report. So if I go back to the report and I change it and I take out registration, so this is the table on the partners page that I have defined. If I go in, you will be able to see the exact same columns that you see on the partners page. So on the partners page, what you see right now is registration number, full name, function, role, and gender. Here you will also see registration number, full name, function, role, and gender, right? And you can see all the different persons. If I go into edit report and I take this out, I take out the registration number and I save and I refresh, you will not see the registration number anymore. So this is very flexible. You can put in whatever field that you want. You can put in the date of birth. You can also put in, let's say, if this person has uploaded a picture or not. It's up to you to define what you want to put in this table. Another good feature of the partner module from the front end is the ability for you to send emails to each of these participants right here that you see. So if the National Federation of Swimming would like to send an email to each of the persons that they had registered, asking them to complete their conditions of participation form or parent legal guardian form or code of conduct or insurance form, you can actually send this participant directly with a pre-filled form in the email. You simply have to click on this, click on actions, send an email, and select any email that you want to send. So you can define this email on the back office. So right now, I've only defined one email that can be sent. But if you want to define more emails, it is all in the communication template that you see here. And this communication template works across all the different modules in the system. And you define a new email template right here. And for example, I have one called test. And I'm going to connect and link this email to the partners module. And how do I do that? Is I go back to partner, where I showed you before, to groups, to NOC's world, where it's the group, and I will actually add, you see this email template here, I will add the test. And I save. Now, if I go back to the front end, you will be able to see both emails available. So you can imagine that you want to ask this person to submit a new photo. You send them an email saying, please submit your photo. When you send them the email, you can also include a link for them to go directly into their personal page, individual page, for them to upload their photo directly. In the communication template, right here, very easy communication template module that you can use. You can decide to include and attach a file. You can also include the documents template that you created. So for example, the volunteer certificate that you had created before, this is where you put it in. And it can also be applied to the partners. So if I say I want to include the PDF here, the test, which I uploaded a few days ago, and I also want to include, for example, photo guidelines. This email is now being prepared with two documents. One is the document that you upload, and one is the document template where it will be pre-filled with the information of that person, because in the email template, you have already included this direct link whereby the participant or the applicant, or let's say the delegate that you want to send this email and for him to log in is here. So he clicks on here and he will be able to log in to his page and he will be able to update his profile directly in the system. So using this method, you can see that I've added one more. You can actually send to the participants, or you can actually send to the person who is registering the participant, so that you can get it and then you can send it to them, for example. So it's your choice. Right now, the partners module work like that. Now, from a back office point of view, from a partner's perspective, this is the table where you see all the registered partners. So right now, you can see that the different partners actually belong to the different groups. So because it belongs to the different group, you can actually control what each of these groups see. You can control what each of the forms look like, depending on the group. And this is also a table that you can define from the reporting module. If I go into one of the partners, this for me is my partner management page. All the fields that you see right here are all customizable. So I added that, for example, this NOC is managed by Antonella and its secondary coordinator is Noelia. And I can put a comment: confirm participation in the Aman event, change telephone number. I can say that I have received the consent form. I can put the continent. So if you are the US OPC and you have the National Federation of Swimming, you can say that the project manager is who. You can also say that, okay, the telephone number of the person in charge is Rafael. So this is the partner management page. And the partner management page also tells you how many people have actually registered for that particular partner in the groups that you have allotted. And below, you will be able to see every participant that is connected to that partner.